Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about an awesome wizard build. It is going to be pure wizard, all 12 levels. It's going to be vocation. Alright, but before we get started, I just want to say thank you. And if you want to help support the channel, let's grow our subscriber count and share this video. Do help me out. If you dislike this video, do let me know what you dislike. With that said, everybody's build might be slightly different, so let me know how you did it. Also do stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern on YouTube doing Animal Run, but I might do some other games. But let's get started. So, I'm going to be playing as a wizard. Before that, we'll be picking our race. The few races that are good is Wood Elf and Wood Half Elf for a high movement speed, so you can get into advantageous position or retreat if you need to, you know. Another good one is High Elf and High Half Elf because they get an extra cantrip, and those cantrips are from the Wizard list, so they'll be utilizing Intelligence, which is your primary skill. That's pretty good. Another good one is Dwarf, primarily Gold Dwarf, because you get +1 bonus HP per level, which gives you 12 more HP. That's pretty cool. Halfling, because it lets you reroll your die whenever you roll a 1, so you have less chances of getting critical miss. And another great one is Gnome. Any gnome, because they get advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and saving throws, which can be pretty amazing. For your background, you want to pick Sage because you get Arcana and History. They're both intelligence skills. You can also pick Urchin for sleight of hand and stuff. They're dexterity. Acolyte for religion and intelligence, but inside is wisdom. So for wizard, for the cantrips, definitely Firebolt because it does 1d10. Another decent one, Ray of Frost, can be. And Mage Hand, situational, but I recommend Minor Illusion. If you have somebody with Minor Illusion, you can go with Shocking Grasp. Shocking Grasp is if you get primarily meleeed, but I like to pick Minor Illusion. Right? For your spells, Mage Armor is really good because you get 13 armor class plus your dexterity modifier. Thunder Wave is pretty good because if the enemies are close to the edge, you can push them off. Magic Missile shoots 3 magical darts. Each one does 2 to 5 force damage, and they do not miss. Already huge. Another good one is Chromatic Orb because it does 3d8 damage, and you can choose different types of the damage. If you want to be a little bit more supportive, you can pick Tasha Hideous Laughter. It pretty much takes the enemy out of the battle unless they succeed a saving throw, but they need to have at least 5 intel. It's pretty good in support. Another decent one is Ray of Sickness. It does 2d8 poison damage. You can also take Ice Knife. You know, this is what you can take. Another decent one is Featherfall. It is situational, but can be helpful. Right. So for your ability points, you obviously stacking a lot of intelligence because that's what you need in order to, well, actually be able to do stuff. You can bypass charisma, or you can just do 9 charisma, even though it makes no necessary change. Is you can go something like this, right? Having decent charisma, if it's your main, your primary character, you can go with 10 charisma. I'm using a hireling, so you don't get negative on your persuasion, right? Or your speech checks. 17 intel is because you're gonna get +1 from hack set, which gives you 18, and through ASI or ability score improvement, you get to 20. Constitution 16 because I want to be able to be at least a little tanky for now. Dexterity of 14, so we get more armor, and we also have higher initiative. If you don't want to have as high Constitution, you can go with 16 dexterity, 14 constitution, 17 intel. I like to go with this because usually I already have good tanks up front. So yes, they may target me, but having 16 dexterity gives me a little bit more armor and a little bit more initiative. Because you can see I have +3 initiative, but if I drop down to 14, I have +2. Which might not mean a lot, but it is +1 that can help you. Excuse me, help you go from towards the middle of the battle to being up front. If you have skill proficiencies, it is up to you. It does not matter. I would definitely recommend picking stuff that helps with challenges, like investigation. What else? Arcana, history, religion. That can help. Like, the name is whatever, it's the hireling, right? That is your level 1. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Remember, we're gonna go over the gear in the later stages, towards the end. Now, for level 2, you get your specialization. You have abjuration, evocation, necromancy, conjuration, enhancement, divination, illusion, and transmutation. We are gonna go with high damage one, evocation, because evocation allows you to scope spells, which means when you throw your damage spells, if there are allies in that area, they automatically succeed their saving throws and they take no damage. So you can literally cast a fireball and your allies will take no damage, which is a huge thing. It also allows you to learn evocation spells at half the cost. Instead of 50 gold per spell level, so like at level 6 it would be 300 gold, it would be 25 gold per spell level, so it would be 150. You can still learn all other schools spells, but it would just be regular price. So for more spells, I don't recommend Burning Hands at all. You go with this guy's self if you try to be a little more sneaky. False Life will give you a little bit extra hit points. It is pretty good in the early stages of the game, just a little bit more tanky. Another good one is Enhanced Leap or Long Strider. I'm gonna pick Long Strider. Right now, for prepare spells, it is up to you which one you want to utilize. So you can go with the same ones that I have, or you can go with whatever ones you want. You can easily change the spells just by going to your book of spells and quickly changing them. Obviously, you cannot do it in the battle, but you can do it before. Right now, level 3, we just get more spells, and we get our 2 level 2 spells. So the good ones you can take is Scorching Ray, Missed Steps to allow you to reposition, Whole Person. We discussed it many times in the different videos. It just pretty much allows you to make the enemy skip their turns. They cannot move, act, or react, and if they get meleeed from within 3 meters, they will always it'll always be a critical hit. So that is also pretty good. Another great one is Cloud of Daggers, because it allows you to pretty much make that area harder for them to pass, because they have to go around, or if they go through it, they will take 44 damage, 4 to 16, which can be good, especially if you have like 2 different Cloud of Daggers, or if you could have 4 if you have 4 wizards, right? Or warlocks or sorcerers, right? It just pretty much makes the enemy take damage. Another good one, if you're trying to like make them make the enemies not be able to shoot, Darkness is pretty good, but it's for different builds. But for this one, I like to take Scorching Ray and Misty Steps to reposition. You can take them in here since most of the time, but this time Thunder Wave is still good, so I would definitely keep it. Chromatic Orb is not bad. Ice Knife is pretty good, so I would take definitely something like this, bypassing the Chromatic Orb for now. Right? Now, level 4, you get your more level 2 spell slots, but you get new cantrip and new feat. For cantrip, it is up to you which one you want to go. You can go with Blade Award, just so you take less melee damage. But you can also go with Acid Splash, Bone Chill, or Poison Spray. We'll just take Shocking Grasp. Right? With other spell slots, definitely recommend Cloud Daggers and Whole Person. Now for your feat, you have a choice between Ability Score Improvement, Alert, or a Spell Sniper, right? Which gives you a new cantrip and allows you to crit at 19 instead of 20, which is really good. But I don't recommend Spell Sniper at the early start, just because it doesn't get as much benefit, right? Or if you do a lot of concentration, you can go with Warcaster. It gives you advantage on saving throws to maintain concentration spells. And you can use Shocking Grasp as a reaction at a target moving out of melee range. So it's pretty good. But for first, I would definitely recommend either Ability Score Improvement or Alert. Alert gives you +5 bonus to initiative, and you cannot be surprised. But ability score improvement can be really amazing because they allow you to get to 19 intelligence and 20 if you have Hack's Hair. Right? Again, the spells you'll pick depending on your playstyle and depending on what you need for a situation. Right? Now, level 5, you get level 3 spells. This is where you get some big stuff. You get like Fireball, Glyph of Warding, Lightning Bolt, right? Those are all amazing. You can also get Haste. So definitely recommend Haste. There's a concentration, but it can help. Right? Another good one is Hypnotic Pattern, but definitely take Fireball. You can also take Vampiric Touch, but you'll probably go into Act 2, so necrotic damage won't be as amazing. But Glyph of Warding and Fireball is good. Glyph of Warding because you can use Glyph of Warding Sleep version, which can be pretty amazing. Right? So definitely something like this could be not bad for starting off in Act 2, but again, you pick them depending on your situation. Now, at level 6, you get potent cantrips. Cantrips become harder to evade. When a creature succeeded saving it against one of your cantrips, it takes half the damage, but suffers no additional effect, which is pretty good. Now, for your other ones, you can go with Fear, but honestly, for this one, it is up to you. You can go Protection from Energy. If you're suffering a lot from different damage types like Acid, Cold, Fire, Lightning, or Thunder, but you can go with Lightning Bolt because it can help you against enemies that are weak to lightning. And you can go with something like Haste, like I said. Right. Now at level 7, you get your first level 4 spell, which are pretty amazing. Got Ice Storm, Wall of Fire, Great Invisibility, Minor Elemental, which can be good, Blight would take. Ice Storm can be helpful, and Wall of Fire are pretty amazing spells. Right? By this time, Thunder Wave is not as effective, so we'll go with something like this. Now, level 8, we get our next feat and another 2 spells. Definitely would like Blight and Minor Elemental just to have somebody else to fight alongside me. They can do damage and can tank for me. Now for this time, I'll take Alert because I'll be going usually into end of Act 2 and I want to be able to attack before anybody else. Right? For spells, again, depends on your situation, but Minor Elemental and like Ice Storm can be helpful. Remember, if you have Ice or Cold damage and Lightning/Thunder damage, Lightning or Cold damage, they do double damage on the wet surfaces, which is pretty amazing. At level 9, you get your first level 5 spell slot. You have awesome spells like Cone of Cold, Cloud Kill, Seeming, you can disguise up to 4 party members, Conjure Elemental, Hold Monster. Hold Monster is amazing. Conjure Elemental can help if you need somebody else to tank for you, but Cloud Kill is also amazing and allows you to reposition. The cloud heavily obstructs everything within it, and you can reposition it for 10 turns without using a spell slot. Right? Amazing. Now for level 10, you don't get much. You get 2 more spells, right? And you get Empowered Invocation, which means your Grasp of Evocation magic has Titan, and you can add your Intelligence modifier to the damage rolls of any evocation spells, allowing you to get that much damage. That's why we're sticking with primarily this. Now you can see instead of doing 1d12, it's 3d12. You're doing 3 to 36, doing a lot more damage. Now for the other ones, Conjure Elemental and Cone of Cold are pretty good. Something like this is not bad, but again, you can change the spells depending on how you use them. At level 11, you get your first level 6 spell slots. You have awesome spells like Chain Lightning that does 10d8, and it hits about 3 enemies, which can be amazing. Circle of Death is pretty good, Create Undead. Disintegrate, stuff like Wall of Ice, Sunbeam. Another amazing one is Global Vulnerability. You know, it lasts for 3 turns, but you're immune to all damage and can be really, really amazing. So I like those. Now, by this time, you don't necessarily need Magic Missile in this, so definitely these two would be recommended. But you still want to have some level 1 spell slots available. Now, level 12, you get your other feat and more spells. Now, Wall of Ice is not bad, and Sunbeam, you know, which is not bad. Sunbeam is kind of like lightning, one of the lightning spells, I forget the name, but once you cast it, you can reposition it or recast it for 10 turns without expending a spell slot, as long as you keep your concentration. Remember, you cannot have 2 concentration spells, so you cannot cast Wall of Ice and Sunbeam, but again, it depends on the situation. So sometimes you want to use one, sometimes you want to use the other. Now, at this level, you can go with Warcaster or Spell Sniper. Spell Sniper can help you do a little bit more damage, and you get an extra cantrip. Definitely eligible best because he can do 1d10, 3 beams, which is pretty amazing. Now for spells, it is up to you. You know, definitely take level 1 spell just so we have something in case we're not of our big spell slots. Now that is it for leveling. Now we're gonna be talking about the gear, which can be pretty amazing. I don't have all of them, unfortunately, for me, but it's still not bad because of some of the choices I made and some of the stuff I forgot to pick up. So you definitely want to take Marksmanship Hat, and it says you gain +1 bonus to range attack rolls and throwing attack rolls, right? So also, by the way, as you can see, our cantrip like Fireball does 3 to 30. As you can see, we have a marksmanship advantage, so that is why we take it. Now for clothing, Protect, Sparks Wall can be amazing because it just gives you spell save, improves your spell save by 1, you know, along with other stuff. Braces of Defense are pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't have either of those. Braces of Defense gives you +2 to armor class as long as you're not wearing armor. Now for your boots, I definitely recommend Boots of Disintegrating Nightwalkers. It allows you to be not enwebbed, entangled, or ensnared, and you cannot slip on grease or ice, and it gives you free Misty Steps. For your cloak, Cloak of Protection gives you another saving throw and armor class. Pretty amazing. Amulet of Misty Steps, so you have an extra Misty Steps. So you can have like 3 or 4 different Misty Steps. Pretty cool. For rings, Mage Friend for Arcana Religion. Pretty good. You can go for Protection one. I like Sparks Wall because I get resistance to lightning damage and I cannot be electrocuted. You know. Another good ring is Crusher's Ring, which gives you +3 to movement speed. For the weapon, definitely Spell Sparker, because it gives you gain lightning charges, which gives you some extra damage with certain gear. Now, for your end game gear, it's a little bit different, right? There's your Crusher Ring. Oh, you can also use Boots of Genial Striding or Boots of Speed. But for your end game, you have Boots of Speed, definitely Marker Ash, you know. So we'll start off from the top. For the head, you can use Hood of the Weave. Unfortunately, I don't have it. It gives you improved spell save by 2 and gives you some cool other stuff. But I don't have it. I didn't get it. Another cool one you can go with is Hell Dusk Helmet, because it allows you to see magic in ordinary darkness. You cannot be blinded. Gives you +2 to saving throws against spells. You cannot be landed a critical hit, and you get Immolation Gaze, which gives you 2d8 damage. You see and frighten the target. You know. Another good one is Mask of the Soul. Perception gives you +2 to bonus to attacks, initiative, and perception checks. You know, which gives you just that much more initiative. So you can see I have 10 initiative. Really amazing. For boots, Boots of the Speed is not bad, but also Disintegrating Nightwalkers. For rings, you can go a Spell Sparker, right? But Killer Sweetheart is also really amazing. It allows you to get a critical hit. Now, for Amulet, you can use Surgeon Subjugation Amulet. Allows you to, once you score a critical hit, to pretty much on a humanoid, sorry, it allows you to pretty much paralyze them. Another great one is Amulet of Greater Health. And if you go the Amulet of Greater Health, I would definitely get rid of the respect, get the intelligence to 20, get rid of constitution, right? Get as much dexterity and then charisma if you want, or getting like 10 strength, 10 wisdom, and then rest in charisma, right? For gloves, quick spell gloves, because it allows you to use cantrip as a bonus action. There's once per short rest, but if you're out of everything, it at least casts 2 cantrips. For chest, Rob the Weave, because it gives you +1 to spell save DC and attack rolls, and if you succeed a saving throw, you gain plus some health back between 1 to 6 hit points. And it gives you +2 to armor class. And you can see we have 16 armor class right off the bat, right? For weapon, marker, this one, I ain't gonna pronounce it because it gives you an extra +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. So if you have full weave armor, markers, you can do a lot of spell save DC and attack, an extra spell attack rolls, right? This also gives you Koreshka favor and allows you to get 2 spells pretty much for free, right? No, you get, let me see, sorry, because I don't use it, my friend used it, so apologize it. You get Koreshka favor, you also get Arcane Battery, you know, allows you to get 1 spell without costing your spells up. Pretty amazing. Right, Koreshka favor allows you to imbue yourself with the element energy from the Draconian Goddess of Koreshka, right? Pretty amazing. Oh, apologize, my control this side today. But this is the gear you want to get. Some of the gear is pretty easy to get. Some are a little bit harder. But either way, you definitely want to go for this gear just because they will help you with spell save DCs and attacks that can be amazing, right? Now, Koreshka favorite, you have different ones. You have the acid one, you know, winter one, which gives you resistance to that type, gives you more damage to cold, depending on your proficiency. Let's say our fireball does at max, it does 11 to 66, right? Now, if we pop, yeah, 11 to 66, right? It still says that, but we are gripped by Koreshka favor, which gives us the fire resistance, and we gain, when the effect the entity deals damage to the spell, we get heat. We get a free cast of fireball and a wall of fire, right? So as you can see, we have free fireball and a wall of fire. This can be helpful if you don't want to go fireball, or if you want to have like an extra different spell. But this will be helpful, as you can see. Let's use it right here. You can see you can have pretty big wall of fire. And as you can see, it lasts for 10 turns. And if you walk through it, you would take a good amount of damage. This will be helpful. That's why wall of fire is pretty good. But that is it for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what you didn't like so I can improve. But with that said, don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.